Hi, I'm Alamin Musa Magaga. I'm currently the Omdena lead for Kano chapter. So, during the past 10 weeks, we embarked on a very important project to facilitate users access to public contract and procurement data in Nigeria, which, according to Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveys, disclosed that there are about 56,000 abandoned projects in Nigeria with an estimated cost of 12 trillion naira. And also, a report disclosed that about 30% of all contract and procurement that's awarded in Nigeria passes through corruption. So, during this process, and the reason we embark on this process is lack of transparency and also poor data management system in the government procurement and also contracts. And also there's this limited access to this public contract and procurement data, especially for people who live in the underrepresented rural communities and those without access to internet and also smartphones. And also we realize there's huge corruption and mismanagement of public funds in the contract and procurement process. And then there is this resistance to change by the government officials to allow especially non-governmental organizations and also individuals to public contract and procurement data. The main objective of our challenge is to increase transparency and availability of contract and procurement data to the public, and also to address corruption and also mismanagement of public funds, and also to encourage government officials to embrace transparency and openness in the procurement and contracting process, and also to expand this access to government public contract and procurement, especially for people who live in the underrepresented rural communities where there's limited access to internet, and for those people who doesn't have a smartphone. So first, we embark on this important project through the following process. The first stage is we collected huge amount of data set, and then we process the data set, and then we are able to build the web app, which is the online platform. And after we build the online platform, we're able to build the offline USSD app so that people who doesn't have a smartphone or internet services can also access the information. And then we integrate the dashboard with the web app, which is online, and then we deploy our solution. So the lesson we learn is the importance of collecting accurate and also ethical data, and also the management and also proper process of this data so that it will be adhered to best practice and also standard, which help us very greatly, especially in trying to upload the data to the web application during the process. And then second issue we learned from this project is the dashboard development, because I think it's one of the stage that this will take us some time for us to be able to fully implement, especially with regard to the terms and also the type of visualization that we are going to implement in our project. So it takes us some time and also require a huge amount of also resources for us to be fully implement the dashboard. And then the last stage, I think, which is the most important lesson we have learned, is the managing of the project. So sometimes you have to call people, you have to text them message, especially those who volunteer to lead that. So this is the most tedious part of the project. We have been able to manage that, and also we are able to communicate with different people with different skill set. And then at the end of the project, we're able to implement our project, and then we learn a great lesson on how to lead a task and the difficulties that are associated with that specific task. So the result of our solution is an online offline platform for accessing contract and also open procurement data. So here is just example of our how our front page looks like, and also here is what the platform is all about: data collection, processing, and also monitoring of projects. And here is just also a view of how you can search a specific project based on the contract title, the amount, the local government area where the project is located. You can also search a specific project. By that, you can also save the project and also download the project in different formats such as PDF, CSV, and also JSON. Here is a view of how the visualization looks like, and also here is the offline version of how the application looks like. You can just select a specific option, download that project, and look at select that specific project, monitor a project, select your preferred language, and many other things. So thank you. I am the chapter lead for the project, like I said earlier, and thank you very much for listening. So here is our online platform. In our online platform, we have a language support that will enable people, especially those who have issues with English or doesn't understand English language, to be able to select their preferred language. and from there they will be able to access different services such as be able to check the project. They'll be able to have a visualization and also be able to monitor a specific project in their own community. So as you can see here, the user can just come to the project and also decide to select the project based on different parameters and also variables, or you can also search the project based on maybe the contractor name or the contract title or the location of the project. So we make it in that way so that people won't have to go through tedious process just to check if there's a contract or to search for information regarding a specific contract. For example, we can just search procurement here. So this is going to show us information with regard to procurement data and other information. You can also search based on the location or local government areas and also based on the MDA of that project. So at the same time, we're making in such a way that after that person or the user are able to search the project, he can be able to save the project in CSV format or JSON format or PDF format. And also for the visualization, we make it much more interactive. The user can be able to look at the visualization of those projects, can be also able to check the charts, walk around the chart and do many other things. So this is just a brief on the online platform. So let me show you how also the offline platform works.